We had just pulled onto our road when the song came on. I haven't heard it in so long that I had forgotten that I had even been avoiding it. That familiar beat. There were no words yet, but I didn't need the words to know what it was. I felt the atmosphere in the truck change, and it wasn't me. I peeked up through my hair and saw my mother looking straight ahead as she drove, yet she was far away somewhere else. I didn't need to ask to know where she had gone to. I didn't want to take it away from her, but I wanted to save her from it all the same. She blinked a few times. She was holding back tears. She seemed thoughtful for a moment and then reached to turn the volume up on the radio, letting the song course through our veins and grasp us from the inside so it could begin tearing us both apart. It wasn't her intent, but that's what was happening. Then the words came.
The dream is fading. Now I'm staring at the door. I know it's over because my feet have hit the cold floor. Check my reflection. I ain't feeling what I'm seeing. It's no mystery. Whatever happened to a passion that I could live for? What became of the flame that made me feel more? And when did I forget?
I felt the lump forming in my throat, that same familiar lump that I had become well acquainted with over the past 4 years that would sometimes pay an unexpected visit, and sometimes they would be at inconvenient times. And now, it returned. I had no choice but to swallow it and remain strong because, as weak as I felt, I was not the weakest one in the party. My mom was. She was very vulnerable, fragile. Sometimes she was as fragile as a bird egg. You had to handle her with extreme care, not to fracture or break her. We pulled into the driveway, and we had yet to say a word to one another, but we both had been communicating through emotion that we released in the air. The air was thick with pain and nostalgia. She looked up to me and said with a convincing but fake smile on her face, "We're going to listen to this before we go in, right?" I nodded. I didn't want to. I wanted to get away from it. Run inside where I could not even hear it faintly coming from the front yard. I remained there for her. It hurt like pin needles in my chest to listen to it. It's just a song, but yet it's a song with meaning that not even the artist is aware of. Like in most cases, of course. She looked down and fumbled with one of her zippers on her purse mindlessly, while she took it all in like an addict breathing it again after being unwillingly cleaned for a long time. I watched it with pity. I couldn't do nor say anything that would make it better. Nothing. She continued to rub the zipper in her fingers, feeling the shapes of it gliding across her skin. But she didn't see the zipper, nor did she feel it. She was still elsewhere.
The dream's alive with my eyes open wide. Back in the ring, you've got me swinging for the grand prize. I feel haters spitting vapors on my dreams, but I still believe. I'm reaching out, reaching up, reaching over. I feel a breeze come over me called Jehovah. And Daddy, I'm on my way, 'cause I was made to love.
I could feel her struggling to hold it all back, though her face showed no signs of change. I was feeling it too, but in a different sense. A different pain. A different hole in my heart. She closed her eyes for a moment, listening, revisiting those memories again.
I was made to love you. I was made just for you. Made to adore you. I was made to love you and be loved by you. And you were here before me. You were waiting on me. And you said you'd keep me. Never would you leave me. I was made to love you and be loved by you.
Without looking up, she began. I'll never be able to find someone else. I could say nothing. I just lay in bed at night and think of how things could be, and yet I can't see it being that way. I can't see myself with anyone but him, she continued.
Anything I would give up for you. Everything, I'd give it all away.
She looked up, but seemed to be looking through me to a different time. I miss him. I know, is all I could manage. I miss him too. We both continued to listen to the rest of the song play through revisiting memories of better times when everyone was still alive, when no one was sick, when our family was whole, when things weren't perfect but they were okay. When Dad was still alive and healthy, I was still a child when he was taken from us, and I'll never forget that first lump that formed in my throat the very first time I saw my dad when he was no longer there. I nearly suffocated.